You know, when we think about pets, the first images that pop into our heads are the usual suspects. Dogs wagging their tails, cats curling up on a sofa, or maybe a colorful fish tank glowing in the corner of someone's living room. But if you look a little closer, past the barking, past the purring, past all the noise, you'll find a quiet, hidden world of companionship. A world where love doesn't bark, it chirps. It doesn't wag its tail, it glides. I'm talking about one of the most overlooked yet most affectionate types of pets in America today: exotic small mammals. These little guys might not be household names like dogs or cats, but believe me, the people who own them will tell you, they're just as lovable, just as emotional, and sometimes even more fascinating. They're number 20 on our list of America's most loved pets, and once you get to know them, you'll see why. Now, what do we mean by exotic small mammals? Well, this group includes creatures like sugar gliders, degus, chinchillas, and sometimes even flying squirrels, tiny animals that come from faraway places but have somehow found a way into American homes and hearts. They're soft, they're social, they're smart, and they have personalities that can surprise you. Most people have no idea how much character can be packed into something that fits in the palm of your hand. Let's start with the sugar glider. Just the name alone sounds sweet, doesn't it? These tiny marsupials come all the way from Australia and Indonesia, where they glide from tree to tree like tiny living parachutes. When you see them in motion, it's like watching a miracle of nature. They spread their little arms, and this thin flap of skin lets them soar across rooms, just like miniature superheroes. And the best part? They actually bond deeply with their humans. Some sugar glider owners wear special bonding pouches around their necks so the glider can snuggle inside and stay close all day. It's like having a living heartbeat pressed against you, trusting you completely. That's a kind of affection that's hard to put into words. But it's not all fun and games. Sugar gliders are social creatures. In the wild, they live in groups, sleep together, eat together, and groom each other. So when you bring one home, you're not just getting a pet, you're taking responsibility for an entire emotional world. A sugar glider left alone too long can get depressed or even refuse to eat. They need attention, stimulation, and love. If you treat them right, they become little companions who will climb onto your shoulder, glide across your room, and fall asleep in your pocket. But if you neglect them, they fade. That's what makes them so special. Loving them takes effort, and that effort changes you. Then there's the degus, Chile's secret gift to the world of pet lovers. At first glance, a degus might look like a chubby hamster with an attitude, but don't be fooled. Degus are intelligent, curious, and incredibly social. They're like tiny professors of the animal world. They can recognize faces, learn simple tricks, and communicate through a wide range of squeaks, chirps, and even tail flicks. Some owners say their degus have unique personalities. One might be adventurous, another shy, another completely mischievous. It's like living with tiny roommates that just happen to have fur and whiskers. And get this, degus are so social that if you keep just one, it can actually get lonely. Experts recommend keeping them in pairs or small groups so they can play and groom each other. When they do that, it's not just cute, it's a language of trust. They're showing each other, and you, that they feel safe. That's powerful. Because at the end of the day, that's what pets are really about, isn't it? Feeling safe. Being seen. Knowing that someone, even a tiny creature, depends on you and trusts you. Of course, owning an exotic small mammal isn't for everyone. These pets have special needs. Sugar gliders require a specific diet of fruits, insects, and nectar. Degus can't have too much sugar or they'll develop diabetes. Their cages need space, their toys need variety, and their environment needs care. This isn't a pet you get on impulse. You don't just buy one because it looks cute on TikTok. These animals need structure, patience, and time. They're not decorative, they're living beings with delicate rhythms. But for the people who do it right, the reward is enormous. There's something magical about earning the trust of an animal that doesn't give it easily. When a sugar glider glides onto your shoulder for the first time, or when a degus crawls into your hand voluntarily, you realize you've crossed a line. You've gone from stranger to family. That bond might be small, but it's unbreakable. And maybe that's why exotic small mammals are slowly but surely climbing in popularity across the U.S. According to recent surveys, hundreds of thousands of households now own one. You can find communities online sharing tips, stories, and photos, owners helping each other with diet guides, cage designs, and bonding advice. It's not just a hobby, it's a culture. These people see their pets as tiny ambassadors of wonder, creatures that remind us that love comes in all sizes. What's fascinating about these pets is that they flip our expectations of companionship. We're used to pets being loud, attention-seeking, or obviously affectionate. But these creatures are different. They communicate in whispers, not shouts. They show love in subtle ways, a gentle nibble, a soft chirp, a moment of stillness. They teach their owners patience. You can't rush a sugar glider into trusting you. You can't force a degus to come out of hiding. You have to earn it. Slowly, day by day. And that process humbles people. It makes them better caretakers, better observers, and maybe even better humans. Some owners say their exotic pets have changed how they see life itself. They start noticing the small things, the details they used to ignore. The sound of tiny paws scurrying across the floor. The rustle of bedding at night. The way these little creatures watch the world with cautious curiosity. It's like mindfulness in motion. A sugar glider landing softly on your arm can remind you of how fragile connection really is, and how beautiful it feels when it's mutual. There's also a growing trend in the US toward quieter, smaller pets. City living means less space, tighter schedules, and louder environments. Not everyone can have a dog or a cat. But a small exotic pet, a glider, a degus, even a chinchilla, can fit into a smaller lifestyle while still bringing that spark of companionship. It's a different kind of love, less chaotic, more subtle, but no less real. Of course, not everything about exotic small mammals is sunshine and smiles. There are real challenges. For one, not every state in America allows them. Some species are restricted or require special permits. And when owners don't research properly, it can lead to heartbreak, for both human and animal. These pets need expert care, not guesswork. They have very specific diets, temperature needs, and social behaviors that can't be ignored. Sadly, there are stories of sugar gliders being abandoned because their owners didn't understand what they were signing up for. And that's tragic. Because none of this is the animal's fault. That's why education is everything. If someone wants an exotic pet, they have to be prepared to learn. Learn what they eat, how they communicate, and what kind of environment makes them happy. Learn how to bond with them, not just own them. Because ownership is easy. Connection, that's the hard part. But that's where the magic happens. For those who get it right, the experience is unforgettable. Imagine sitting in your living room at midnight, when everything is still, and suddenly hearing the soft flutter of a sugar glider leaping across the room. Or watching your degus climb up your sleeve and settle on your shoulder, squeaking like it's telling you a secret. Those moments stick with you. They're small, yes, but they're pure. There's one more reason people fall in love with these pets. They represent something rare in today's world, mystery. In an age where everything feels predictable and fast, these tiny creatures remind us that not all beauty is obvious. Sometimes, the most extraordinary things come in the smallest, quietest packages. You can't look at a sugar glider or a degus without feeling a little bit of wonder. It's like the world whispering, see? There's still magic left. And when you really think about it, that's what keeps people bringing them home. Not for status. Not for trends. But for connection. For curiosity. For the joy of discovering something new every day. Every sugar glider, every degus, every small exotic mammal has its own story. A story of adaptation, survival, and trust. They remind us that love isn't about size, or sound, or even species. It's about care. About effort. About showing up every single day for a creature that can't say thank you in words, but shows it in every glance, every touch, every glide. And maybe, just maybe, that's the lesson these little heroes are teaching us. That love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. That gentleness can change you. That the smallest lives can leave the biggest marks. So next time you hear about someone who keeps sugar gliders or degus or any of these small exotics, don't dismiss them as odd or unusual. Because those people, in their own quiet way, have tapped into something most of us forget, the wonder of nurturing life for the sake of life itself. At the end of the day, these pets don't ask for much. A warm home. Some good food. A little patience. A little time. But in return, they give you a world. They teach you what it means to care deeply, to slow down, and to find joy in small things. They're not the most famous pets in America, not even close. But they're some of the most special. Because the love they give isn't instant, it's earned. It's fragile. And it's real. And that's why, in a country full of golden retrievers and tabby cats, the quiet, gliding, chirping, nibbling world of exotic small mammals still manages to shine. It's a reminder that love doesn't have a single form. It can fly, it can hide, it can squeak, it can glide. It can come from halfway across the world and still feel like home. These are America's hidden little companions. Tiny hearts with big love. The kind of love you don't always see, but once you do, you never forget it. Because sometimes, the smallest creatures carry the biggest lessons.